Hi students, welcome to the new class. How are you? Hope that all of you are fine. On the previous class, we discussed the lesson 13 as the torrential rains poured down. Hope that all of you understood all the topics we discussed on that video. Let's begin a new lesson, that is lesson 14, social groups and social control. Let's begin. Here you can see some pictures of social groups. Let's see the definition of social groups. What is a social group? Social groups. We all belong to at least one social group. Example, family, sports team, guides, supporters club, religious group, work committee, etc. They provide us with a feeling of belonging and of being accepted. They are held together by rules and symbols. Example, uniform. To belong to a group, the individual must conform to the rules and behave in the same way as other members. Characteristics of social groups. A social group can be said to have at least the following characteristics: persistent interaction to provide continuity, a stable pattern of these interactions, a sense of belonging to identify with other members. That is, each individual is conscious of the group itself and its own set of rules, rituals, and symbols. Shared interest, acceptance of common norms and values, a definable structure. Few more characteristics: two or more people, social contact, social relationship, basis of group formation, structure of the group, some form of control, voluntary or non-voluntary membership, duration of the group. Social groups are divided into two: primary groups and secondary groups. What do you mean by primary groups? Primary groups are small social groups whose members share personal and enduring relationships. They have intimate face-to-face contact. That is, families and close personal friends are in your primary group. Families are primary groups in that they are the first groups we experience in life, and because they are of central importance in the socialization process. Members think of the group as an end in itself rather than as a means to other ends. Members view each other as unique and irreplaceable. This is a picture of a family. This is a primary social group. Examples of primary group: family, basketball team, a pair of lovers, clique, etc. Then secondary social groups. A secondary group is impersonal and goal oriented. Secondary groups exist to accomplish a specific purpose. Members of secondary groups interact impersonally in ways involving only limited parts of their personalities. Interactions like those between clerks and customers, employers and workers, and dentist and patients are secondary relationships. This is a group of employees. This is an example of secondary social groups. Examples of secondary group: sociology class, business organization, political parties, labor union, etc. What do you mean by social control? The term social control refers to the techniques and strategies for preventing deviant human behavior in any society. Social control occurs on all levels of society. Example, family, colleges, government, etc. Social control are of two types: formal social control and informal social control. Formal social controls. Formal social controls are those that are based on laws. They are enforced by all sorts of government agencies such as the police, judicial courts, and regulation agencies. Examples of this type of social control are policing, judicial sanctions, and regulatory policies. Informal social controls. These forms of social control are generally established due to societal need, differ from person to person, and those which they take note of will differ depending on the individual, how they have been socialized, and what sanctions are in place. Let's look at brief. Social groups and social control. Social groups are classified into primary group and secondary group. Both are influenced by social control. Social control are of two types: informal social control and formal social control. Informal control includes customs, traditions, and folkways. Formal control includes law, police, education, court, and prison. Important points. Man's life is a group life to a large extent. If a person lives in society, he typically is also a member of a number of groups which may themselves be considered as existing in a society. A group is a number of people involved in a pattern of association with one another. Typical groups are a clique of friends, a political party, and a sports club. So these are the important points from this lesson. Hope that all of you understood all these topics presented here. You can use your text after watching the video. Let's continue in the next class. Thank you.